What you need to do is learn from your team, learn from your customers.
A lot of times, the only thing stopping you from moving forward is yourself. Achieving your goals in life can happen in the blink of an eye. It can happen to where you don't even realize it until after the fact that it has been done. What happens all the time in the business world is things start and you don't realize it until it's in full force that that's what you're doing. And when you make it successful, not only do you become successful, but it becomes your obligation to take your skills to better the world in any way you possibly can. Whether it's only helping one person or helping the entire planet solve a single problem, that's what you are expected to do.
An entrepreneur is somebody who comes up with an idea that can improve other people's lives and make their lives better.
Once you've reached the threshold of success that you desire, and once you've reached the point that you have enough money to be set for the rest of your life and your family is set for good, that's when it's a great opportunity to pass on that wealth in not necessarily money, but time and energy and ideas to people who need it most.
And I think we cannot let government try to solve the problems.
All of the richest people on the entire planet are well known and well documented for their charitable giving and time and energy given towards people that need it more than they do. Because you will reach the point in which you possibly can't want anything else. You'll have everything you've ever wanted. And what better way than help people reach their dreams and their aspirations, just like other people have done for you.
I would encourage companies to work really hard towards getting a sort of 50-50.
I never thought I was becoming an entrepreneur. I don't think the word entrepreneur actually existed 50 years ago. In Britain, all businesses were run by governments, really. British Coal, British Telecom, British Airways, and so the word entrepreneur didn't really exist. But in starting this magazine, I had to make sure it survived. I didn't have any money, so I had to worry about printing and paper manufacturing and distribution and selling it, and that started taking up quite a lot of time. And the word survival was very important because in those days you couldn't raise money to start your business. Once again, with the magazine, I started it out of a mission not to make money. With the record company, I started it to get music heard that other people weren't putting out. With the airline, I mean, one or two of you in this room would have heard this story, but it's a good story, so I'm going to tell it again. I was 28 years old. I was trying to get to the Virgin Islands. There was a gorgeous woman waiting for me.
So it should be. I mean, I think if you're successful in life, enormous wealth can go with that success. If you have enormous wealth, then enormous responsibility goes with it too. And it's that responsibility to use your entrepreneurial skills to get out into the world to solve some of the problems of the world, and also to use your financial strength to get out in the world and solve some of the problems of the world. I think it is a trend. I think it's a positive trend. I think what capitalism is something which seems to be the only system that works. I mean, capitalism is wonderful in that you have young people, they come up with an idea to make a difference in other people's lives, and they go with their idea, and if they're successful, their idea grows and they make some money. But they make the fault of capitalism. They sometimes make the kind of money that is completely unnecessary for them to make. In conventional schooling terms, it was a big problem. I mean, I would sit at the back of the class, look at the blackboard, and it was just a jumble. And I was thought of as a bit lazy, a bit thick. I mean, or a mixture of the two. If I was interested in something, and what I was interested in was what was going on in the world. So the Vietnamese War was going on. There was a general sort of 60s sort of uprising of students taking place. And so I decided to start a magazine to campaign against things that I thought were wrong in the world, in particular the Vietnam. I would just turn up at people's houses. And because I was young and enthusiastic, they generally took pity on me. And so we set up the Elders, which are 12 incredible men and women who go into conflicts and try to resolve conflicts. And if conflicts, I think, are maybe the most important thing, because if you have a conflict, everything else breaks down.
You do need lucky breaks to be successful. You know, I've had enormous amounts of luck. You know, first of all, in my personal life, done foolish things like trying to fly around the world in balloons or trying to break transatlantic. You know, I'm sure I'd want to carry on creating. Most of my time is now spent creating not-for-profit ventures like the Elders or the Carbon War Room or Centre for Disease Control or trying to protect species, and that's where I get my main satisfaction from. And somehow, even if I didn't have any money, I would do my best to. When we set up the Elders, which is headed up by Nelson Mandela and Kofi Annan and Archbishop Tutu, the idea of the Elders was to go into conflict regions and try to resolve conflicts, and they've done some stellar work. And in time, what we also want to do is set up Elders on a local basis. And it's such a waste of people my age and other elders who've retired, not to have the satisfaction of getting out there and making a difference in the world. And maybe he could actually get in touch with us, and we could maybe experiment with him by maybe doing something locally in his area.